welcome to the Story TV show. Today we have on the awesome, the memorable band, Clifton Bryan Country.
Hello, everybody. Say hello, fellas. Say
Howdy.
Hello, fellas.
Hey. Hello, fellas.
Well, hey, so we're going to go around and introduce each other. We have Adam Steck of Drums Etc. on the drums. Adam.
Hello.
We have Clifton Bryan of Clifton Bryan Country. Would you believe it? Maybe. We have Todd Johnson on bass.
That's Mr. Silky if you're nasty.
And we got Mr. Mike on lead guitar. Tell me, how'd you guys all meet? Where'd you guys come from? We'll start with you. Korea, really?
Yeah,
Which one, north or south?
South. So I'm actually from the deep South, more so than Clifton.
That's why his accent's stronger than mine. Man. Well, let's see. How did we all meet? I met Mikey first. Mikey was the first one I met. Where were you at? On Grindr, wasn't it? It was your...
One swipe right and there.
Yeah, it was swipe right, and there he was, right in Lancaster alleyways. It's fresh. But, no, I met him at an open mic, really. I started doing this a couple years ago, and I met Mike at an open mic, I think at the Burning Bridge, maybe.
I think it was McCleary's. Probably.
McCleary's, or Burning Bridge and McCleary's.
Stoner
Maybe,
Grill.
might have been Stoner. But anyways, I was doing a couple of them, and I ran into him and a few other people, and we clicked right from the get-go. He just loved it. He was in love with the music, so I had to be in love with him,
That's how it works.
Yeah. These other two cornballs right here, this guy over here, now let me start over here. Let me see this guy.
He doesn't remember where I came from.
I try to wait a minute. Like, who's first? Like, wait a minute. I think you were, I can't remember. But they both kind of came on board about the same time this year, actually. I was looking for a drummer. I had gone through a few drummers here and there, like bands do. They seem to be a hit or miss. So went through a few drummers. And another drummer, Christy Engel, had told me about this guy here, Adam, her friend Adam. Messaged me and was like, he's interested and he wants to do something with you. And I was like, okay. So he came out one time to a show up in Lancaster.
Before that show, I scoped him out.
Yeah,
the best way to
stalked me.
find out about an artist is to listen to the Story podcast.
That's right.
Because he did an interview with
That's
Clifton.
right.
And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, that's all I need to know, really. Now I just need to go hear the guy and make sure he's actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
So he was doing a fill-in show literally at the closest pizza shop to where Drums Etc. is, where I spend all of my time. So it was really convenient, which is nice. And so I went down there, listened to him, and I was like, hey, man, you ever need a drummer? Bam. And he didn't. He didn't need a drummer until like the next year.
I didn't at first, no.
But eventually, I literally got a text that said, are you the guy? Out of the blue. And I said, yes. And he sent me a list of dates. And so that's how that started.
Yeah, you got to be blunt in this business, Got to ask the real questions that hurt, that bite. Are you the one? Yes, I am.
So, if you want a more extensive history on Clifton, you can go check out That Story Podcast TV. Why don't you give the shortened version of where you come from? You grew down south, came up here. How'd all that happen? Give us the Clifton notes. The Cliff notes.
The Cliff Notes.
I said no booing.
The Cliff Notes.
He's right.
Yeah, there it is.
I originally came up here when I was just shy of being a teenager, really, and went to high school up here, and then graduated and left Lancaster and traveled all over the country and went in the Army and did a whole bunch of things there and stayed in Georgia. Never really went overseas or anything like that. I didn't do any tours, but stayed down there in the flea traps anyway. It was like a tour running away from them sand fleas. But I got out of there and I went to the West Coast and did some acting. I came back to the East Coast, did some college, went back to the West Coast, the East Coast, growing up and through my 20s and stuff like that. And then moved on and then ended up getting married and having a daughter and started working in the medical field and was doing that for the family life and everything like that. Moved up here to finish college, and I've been up here for the last, I don't know, 13 years maybe, 13, 14 years I've been back up here. I'm divorced now, but been up here the last 14 years. I guess moving up here was the best thing that ever happened to me, right? I'm divorced, thank God. Thank you, Jesus. If it ain't gonna work, it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Just let it go. So, I was doing medical work for quite a while. I was a radiology, and then I became a cryogenic cancer treatment specialist, and traveled around and killed cancer and all across the Northeast for this company out of Ohio. And then 2020 hit, and it was a strange year for everybody. And got to the end of 2020, and I was just really, I remember thinking, this medical corporate conglomerate stuff is really, gone haywire. And I don't think I want to do it anymore. And I thought, I'm 42 or whatever I was, and I thought, you know what, it's about time that I maybe do something for myself, and get out from working for somebody else for the next 40 years of my life, and be a little more independent. So I had saved my money, and I left out of the medical field in about November of 2020, and I'm a painter as well, so I started painting and doing that, and people liked my painting, so I started selling some paintings and did that for a little while. That was really short-lived. That kind of art's kind of really short-lived, I guess, right now. But music hit me one day. I was sitting around, and like I told you in the podcast, I was sitting around, and God was like, "Hey, man, you weren't supposed to be going through all that anyway. You know, why don't you take a second and believe in yourself and have some faith in me, and take some talents that I gave you that you've been playing with, over the last 30 years, and go give it out to the world and see what happens, So and it stopped me in my tracks. Never been talked to before by God, but it stopped me right in my tracks. And I said, okay, all right. And I've been playing music ever since. And that was about early 2021. I started coming out and doing open mics, and started with one and just playing goofy originals that my buddy and I wrote in the basement when we were stoned and drinking and drunk, and just come up with stupid stuff, and it, only related to us, But they were hilarious. We thought they were hilarious, but we played those, and then I started playing some of the originals that I had written from 20 years ago with my uncle in Georgia, and people were really liking those, and I thought, well, I might have a little something here to play on, and God just kept putting things in my path, and I just took every advantage of what came around. And here I am today, a two-time award-nominated artist, and with a killer band behind me, and they also have their own, lives and accomplishments that they've come through, and trials and tribulations. It's strange how we got put together, but I'm glad we did, because we're rocking this country thing out. We're bringing country back, is what I think.
That's
We're
right.
bringing country back.
That's right. Adam, what's your story?
My whole story.
Whole story. We also had a podcast with him, with Adam Stack.
Go check it out.
Yeah, go check that out.
I was
too.
I'm what I consider a podcast leech. I swear. I went on his podcast to not talk about myself somehow. It's called The Story. It's pretty obvious. But I was like, I really got to promote this upcoming drum show for Drums Etc. Like, this is a great promotion tool. And then he's like, so what's your story? He did this to me then, too. And I was like, man, I should have seen this coming.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah, exactly. No, but I started drumming really late in high school. Actually, I still, we have a lesson program. I'm owner of Drums Etc., a drum store. We have a lesson program, all that. That's all I talk about. So that's good background information to have. No, but we have all these kids signing up. They're like 6, 7 years old, starting out. I'm like, man, if only I started then. But picked up drums in high school. And basically did like the talent show. I learned in garages and basements, right? So there's two paths that people typically take with music, and there's one that's really scholarly and learned, and goes and they're reading sheet music and this and that. And I those people are just amazing, but it's hard for me to relate to those people. Hard to relate to those people sometimes, but. I was like, no, we have the talent show, and that's the biggest thing of the year. So I started drumming for that one show. Hooked up with a couple buddies, borrowed my uncle's drum set. My uncle's here today. Borrowed my uncle's Pearl Export drum set, and just started to figure it out. And I'm a self-taught musician. Then I got into the drumming thing, working at a drum store. One day just decided, hey, I don't want to flip burgers like all my friends are. This is high school me. I'm just like, my acne will flare up from all the grease. I can't be in that kitchen anymore. So I said, I'm just going to show up. So I went and showed up Long story short, the owner and the staff took a liking to me and started working there, worked my way up, and eventually got the opportunity to buy the business. So I've been owner for about 3 years now. And I'm very excited to be back to playing because when I took that over in 2021, fun time to take over business. I took it over in 2021. I stopped playing. I'm like, this is all of my attention goes to this, goes to this, goes to this. Been in cover bands, original bands over the years. Done live stream shows on Twitch, trying all the new stuff. I'm always pushing for that kind of thing. But I'm really excited to be back in a killer band and playing live music and recording. I absolutely love it. So I'm just happy to be here. Again, honored to share the stage with these guys.
Hey, well, Todd, you're up next. What's your story,
Man.
Todd?
I haven't written it yet, but when I do, you'll get a chapter. So I'm a Philly guy. That's where I come from. Obviously not born in Philadelphia. I was born in Korea. That was actually true when I told you I came from Korea. Adopted as a real young pup, like 4 months or something like that. Came over here, grew up in Philadelphia. Little short, fat Korean kid, was horrible at sports, but the school district I was in, music program was phenomenal. So I got into music at an early age, and I'm actually the flip side of Adam. Aside from playing in garage bands and, having a good time in the 90s, that probably predates most of y'all. But,
Yeah.
yeah, the stuff that's popular now, I played it the first time around. But
Originally.
I was fortunate enough, I did the same thing. I'm an Army vet, did the Army thing, and then went to school. I actually went to school for music, went to college for it. So I am one of those learned guys.
These are the people I can't stand. No, I'm just kidding. We get along.
Yeah. Only because I spend money at drums, etc.
That's right.
Everyone's got a price,
Yeah. I was fortunate enough, though, growing up, to be able to continue to keep, a full stable of music equipment, was able to stay with it. It wasn't like, I'm getting my first apartment, let me sell my drum kit. You know what? I need a new car, let me sell a guitar off. So growing up and, here in 41 years, I've been able, I've been playing that long, I guess it's about 25. I was fortunate enough to be able to continue to play music, and yeah, it's been a blast so far. This is a great project, and yeah, I love these guys. It's a heck of a journey.
You play drums, you play guitar. You play
Yeah,
just
tell him about some of your musical accomplishments here, Slick.
everything.
Not only is he not good at math, but he plays every instrument that you should use math to learn how to play.
Yeah, yes, I hate the term multi-instrumentalist, I guess.
You
Is
are.
that what they call it these days?
Yeah, people always ask, "Oh, what do you play?" I play a little bit. I can play the radio. It works out pretty good. But yeah, I do. I play guitar, bass, piano, Hammond organ, drums, all the woodwinds, single reed woodwinds. So,
Steel guitar.
All the
Pedal steel.
woodwinds.
Phone.
Even flute.
Single reed.
Well, flute's not a reed.
Yeah,
but
flute's
can you play,
not a reed.
Can you play
but-
flute?
Yeah, not well, but
Yeah, me neither. I hate the
I
flute.
usually stick to clarinet and saxophone.
I hate it. My mother played flute, and she gave me that thing, and I was like, what do I do with this? Gotta get your embouchure correct. Gotta get the lower lip correct.
I love that it's a woodwind made of steel.
Yeah, right.
Or nickel or whatever it is, yeah.
Well, how about you, Mike?
So I probably started playing guitar when I was, 12 or so. And I played that till maybe 14, gave it up and started working and running around with my friends and getting in trouble, and got married to my wife here, sitting out here, Becky. And we had 2 daughters. And I didn't start playing again until I was probably, 34, something like that. About, was that 7, 8 years ago I started playing again. Started going out to open mics and meeting all kinds of people, and met this guy over here, funny guy with the hat on. And
Me.
we just,
You said you're funny, though. Take that as a win.
funny looking
I'm
and
sorry, I thought
smelling.
he was talking-
Ah, there it is.
I wasn't sure if he was talking about me or his haircut. I was just making sure.
He is looking sharp, isn't he? I didn't know who he was at first. So, yeah, and here we are.
Really squinted.
Here you
Going
are.
along with the ride,
Sorry.
get
Sorry,
all
go
this
ahead.
stuff together. Clifton, keep your hands to yourself. Do that behind closed curtains.
Turn my mic off.
Best thing he could have done is turn Clifton's mic off. So, yeah, here we are.
Here you are, and you guys are Clifton Bryan Country. What is Clifton Bryan Country?
Absolutely.
What's it all about?
You know, Clifton Bryan Country is all about bringing you guys a good show and staying real to country music. You know, there's a lot of music out there that people want to call country and that want to be, you know, traditional to pop country to rock country to anything else. But you know, when you come to I want you to know when you come to one of my shows, from the first chord that I play to the last chord that I play, it's going to be country music. That's what I grew up on in the 80s and the 90s, in the early 2000s. That's what I grew up on, the Tim McGraws, the Alan Jacksons, the Faith Hills, the Tracy Lawrence. You know, those are the ones that I grew up on that just put country music into a whole nother level. And things have changed as far as country music goes. Not that it's bad, not that it's good, but it's not my kind of country. So I always say, you know, Clifton Bryan Country will deliver a good show no matter what, whether there's one person or 1,000 people in the room. We're going to come and we're going to bring it, and we're going to be country from the start to the finish. And if you don't like that, you don't like that. You don't have to listen. You don't have to be a fan of country music, but that's just what we do. I don't know what else to say. Clifton Bryan Country is just that. It's a feeling. It's an emotion. It's a whole thing. You know, my songs, I write songs that tell stories like the people that I listen to. You know, they wrote songs about people and things and hurt and emotions that really hit everything. And I like to make things relate to everybody that I can. When I write a song, I think about how can I make it relate. What is it? It's not just my feelings. I'm sure there's millions of people who felt like this. So how can I make it relate? And Clifton Bryan Country is just a true country feel. It's that mixed with a little bit of that 90s nostalgia, you know, it keeps you going.
If you want to hear or see a really funny moment in the podcast me and Clifton did, I asked him the question, where do you think the direction of country is going? And he got, oh, geez, that's a big question, because he thought the United States.
Yeah.
It was like,
Country.
oh,
Hold on, wait, man. I'm just a singer, you know what I mean? I got a big buckle, that's it. I'm just a singer.
So go check out that spot. That was really funny. Hey, well, you mentioned bringing country back. You have a song that happens to be called Bringing Country Back.
Yeah.
Tell me about that process.
Yeah, bringing country back. Like I said, you know, I got to thinking, one day I was just picking around and I was singing that Justin Timberlake song, and I was singing Bringing Sexy Back, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I just changed the word. I'm bringing country back. And I'm thinking, nobody's brought nothing back since 2006. Nobody's had anything like that at all. You know, like what can we do to kind of make that our own, kind of Weird Al it, you know what I mean, and kind of make it my own song. And I was like, man, you just got to change a couple of words, and it's a whole new thing. And we put a country feel to it. You know, it's one thing to sit at home and write a song and play it over and over and over again until you learn all the words, and you learn the beat, and you learn the melody, and then it becomes your song, and then you take it to other people and they listen to it, and they put their spin on it, and they make it a whole feeling. You know, Bringing Country Back started out really, really simple and really slow, and then when I met Mikey, he brought the glass slide into it, and then we just gave it that really swampy feel, and we want people to know, you know, hey, we're a country band. We're bringing country back. We're not here to play pop music. We're not here to rap. We're not here for any of that stuff. We're here to play some country music and have a good old time. Y'all dance your boots off and just sweat with me, because I'm going to have a great time, and that's what we want you guys to do. So Bringing Country Back is just that. It's a storytelling song, too. You know, it tells a story about a guy that's just out on the road, meets a girl, gets a date, and he's excited because he ain't had one in a while, you know. It's kind of like me in my mid-20s, from 20 to 26. There wasn't no dating. It was just working around and moving around. So it's kind of like that, you know. He's out there, he's floating around, he's working, meets a girl, and gets a date, and he's bringing country back, makes him feel like he's the man, he's sexy again, you know, just like Bringing Sexy Back. I was like, that's a hook right there, you know. When you're like, that's a hook, Bringing Country Back, and it really fits the brand of Clifton Bryan Country, you know, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring real country music back.
Well, we're going to be right back. We're going to listen to Bringing Country Back by Clifton Bryan. We'll be right back.
asked me what I was riding and where I was headed to next. I told her Alabama, then it's back to East Texas. Yeah. As I walked out of that restaurant, she followed me close behind. I hoped I'd get a date underneath some Texas pines. She asked me for my number before climbing up in a rig. I drove off in the sunset and I thought, damn, I needed this. 1, 2, 3, I'm bringing country back. And all those cowgirls won't know how to act. And I'm bringing country back. I'm feeling good and that's a fact. And I'm bringing country back. Me and old Red's out on the airboat, running in winding curves. I pulled up on the sandbank and I started to think of her as I reached out for my cell phone so I could give her a call. She picked up on the first ring and I yelled, yeehaw, bringing country back. And all those cowgirls won't know how to act. And I'm bringing country back. Feeling good and sexy, that's a fact. And I'm bringing country back. And I'm bringing country back. I'm bringing country back. And all those cowgirls won't know how to act. I'm bringing country back. I'm feeling good and sexy, that's fact. I'm bringing country back. Bringing country back. I'm bringing country back.
And we're back. Thank you for listening to Clifton Bryan Country.
Yes.
That was bringing
Thank you.
country back. So, you guys are been doing a lot of stuff this year. You've been in Florida. You're writing new stuff. Tell me a little bit about it.
We did a lot of stuff this year already, man. We've played a couple of cool places like the animal shelter here in Columbia, the top of the year with Bob Noble and Zoe Noble. We had a great night there. We got booked for Florida. We went down to Florida and played Neon's Beach Shack down there in Panama City Beach. That was really killer. We got a couple more shows booked there too this year. And what was the last big one? What was the last one we did? We just did a biker event that was really, really cool at the Bourbon Mill out there in towards Hanover over there. I think it's Anvil? New Oxford. It was New Oxford, yeah, that's right. Same place area. It was a cool gig. That was outside, big giant open field, bunch
hot.
of bikers. It was hot. Yeah,
I think I'm still
got
sunburned.
sun poisoning on my forearms from it. Yeah, I got heat rash, but it was all worth it though. We got some great stuff coming up. We're playing the Keystone Off-Road Fest, which is on the 29th of this month and then that evening, I think we're going to play at the Tourist Inn over in Pelham. That night, they called and said they needed somebody, so we'll probably be playing there that night, the 29th. What else we got? What other things we got? We've got the Wounded Warriors benefit in the fall. That's going to be really killer. That's up in Schuylkill County Fairgrounds. We're playing with Nick Tower Band and a bunch of other bands. Yeah, it's going to be killer. We got Smoke on the Rail coming up in July. I believe that's July 27th, something like that, July 27th, 29th. Got that coming up, Smoke on the Rail, which is down in Shrewsbury, New Freedom area, down at New Freedom Park. That's a cooler thing. It's the Kansas City Championship Barbecue. If you guys like barbecue, come out and get some of that. All-day barbecue. We got...
you guys got
we got
nominated.
Mickey's Black Box.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
Mickey's
right.
Black Box coming up Thanksgiving Eve. It's going to be killer. It's going to be us. Trent Becker's opening up for us. And then Rick Davis is opening up for him. And it's going to be a night of country living up there. We're gonna blast the black off the walls up there, y'all. You should really come and check that out. We're going to put some color in that place.
You guys also got nominated for a Josie Music Award.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we did. I got nominated for a Fans' Choice Best Male Artist in the Josie Music Awards this year. We were nominated for the CPMA Awards last year. Best Country Band.
Showdown in the Park's coming up.
Showdown in the Park is coming up. That's we really tried really hard last year, and we got into it. We made it to the top 10 last year, but they got rained out, so they didn't have the Showdown in the Park. They picked somebody else, and this year we tried again, and I am happy to announce to you guys that we made it into the top 10 again this year. And that'll all be officially announced on the radio tomorrow on WIOV. Rich and Casey in the morning, they'll be announcing the winners and everything. The people on that, I think. So we're getting prepared for that. That's coming up on the 21st. That's a Friday night at New Holland Park. Make sure you guys come out there. Bring all of your friends. It's a free event. Bring your chairs, bring your beer, bring your drinks, bring your whatever, pizzas, whatever you need. Bring it. Bring me some whiskey. Just come on out. Bring all your friends. It's going to be a Friday night, 6 to 9. I'm going to be there all day because there's the radio station will be there from 2, doing all kinds of broadcasts and things from 2 to the whole day. So I'll be there all day. Hopefully these guys will be there with me all day. But come on out there. And enjoy that afternoon of all the people that are playing. You got me, you got Trent Becker's actually in it, Jake Maish is in it, Cody Ross Smith is in it, and a few other people that I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of great talents in there.
Almost all of those have been on the show before.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of heavy talent in there. Cody Tyler's in there, man.
Yeah,
it's going to be a great competition, so you guys don't want to miss that. June 21st, 6 to 9 at New Holland Park for the Showdown in the Park, WIOV 105.
And Adam, you got a big event coming up this later in the year.
Oh, yeah. So this isn't super announced yet, but here we are. The Pennsylvania Drum Show is the second longest running drum show that happens. Just to give you background, it's over 30 vendors selling. If you're nerdy about drums, this is like your thing. Like, come on out, right? For sure, you're going to be there.
You see how hot,
but
how excited
also
Todd
it's like
is.
for music fans, right? So there's vendors selling musical equipment, rare vintage stuff comes in. We recruited big names, so we have not only sponsors but attendance from all of the like a lot of major brands in the drum space in the music industry. Zildjian's going to be there, Gretsch Drums is going to be there, Ludwig Drums is going to be there. Like we have a lot of big players coming out, so it's going to be rad. But also there's drum circle out front. There's food and bar open inside. There's drum clinics. There's going to be entertainment in addition to just like the sales. It's like a party that happens all day. It is November 24th, Sunday, November 24th. So you can come out to the drum show to Mickey's Black Box on Sunday and then come back Wednesday and see us tear up the stage.
That's right.
That's right.
And I'll also be there interviewing a bunch of different drummers throughout the entire day as a part of the Drum Key podcast. So if you want to say hello to me there, you can say hello to me there. As well.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really
Y'all
excited
can clap.
for that.
You can clap for that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Give that guy a round of applause.
I need to invest in one of those applause signs.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you guys are getting back into the studio. You want to talk about that? What is the process for you guys like writing a song, getting into the studio, recording it, and then putting it out?
Well, let's see. I've got a lot of songs already written that we've worked on that we're playing tonight, of course, and that we're putting into our own sets now. We've come to that crossroad where we're not a cover band. we're an original band.
There you go.
And so we're going to be coming out with a whole bunch of songs. And recording process is kind of fun. The first time we did it, when I recorded the first 3 songs that I got out there, we had to kind of go far away, and it was individual, and we did each thing individual. And that was a great way and a great process in learning. But this time we decided we were going to rent a studio for the day. So that's what we did. We rented a studio over on Lancaster side. And we rented it for 8 hours. We're going to go and we're going to drop 3 songs. 3 new songs, songs that I play that we have played out that people have heard that I'm getting a lot of feedback on. Like we want to hear that song. So we're gonna pick those 3 songs and get those dropped on June 24th, all day, and we're gonna put out 1 a month over the summer from July, August, and September, so that we have 3 new songs out by the Josie Music Awards in October.
There you go.
We also put in to play at the Josie Music Awards, which we'll find out on the 15th. They close the registration for that, so hopefully they'll announce within a week after that who they've selected to play at the Josie Music Awards for the independent artists. Jess Zimmerman played there last year, and some other people have played there that are from Pennsylvania, and there's a lot of Pennsylvania folk that are nominated in the Josie Music Awards. There's a couple of us in this room right now.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, Amber Nadine. Shout out to Amber Nadine, the homeless worthy artist.
Nadine in the room, yeah.
Shout out to myself.
Yeah, shout out to Corey, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, me and Ruddy Turnstone got nominated as well for a Best Song of the Year for I've Been to This Dungeon Before, so I'm really excited for that. We got Jake Mage was also nominated. There's a lot of PA artists got nominated for that, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, so I think I stand a pretty good chance of us, getting up there to play.
That'd be awesome.
To play the award shows, man. I hope so. It'd be a dream come true, man. Dream come true to play the Opry.
That's right.
Just having them say our names, though, that's really the most incredible thing, that they're going to say our names at the Grand Ole Opry, Amber.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
Can you believe that? They're going to say our names, man. So, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on. What else? What else we got? Jeez.
Out of the songs that maybe you haven't recorded or released yet, what are you excited for audiences to hear most?
We got a new song called Mississippi Line. And it's a good old bluesy country song, and my girlfriend made up a line dance to it. So she's got a line dance to teach people. When you come to the shows, you can learn that dance, and we might even be getting with somebody else too. Maybe getting with Dancing with Brittany and doing some filming at her barn and to a couple of songs and things like that, and getting her in on the process because. My guitarist over here really loves playing in that barn
Oh, it's a good time.
He likes it, so I think, and my drummer, I believe, wants to film there, so we're gonna do that. So get that in the works. But there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of stuff on the back burner and a lot of stuff in our heads that we want to get out there and do. So this year's a whirlwind, man. It's already June.
It's already June. Isn't that incredible? It's already 6 months in the year.
June.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, 70 shows later, here we are.
There you go.
Yeah.
So as band members, what is it like when you guys get a Clifton song? What is the process for you guys from there? We'll start with Adam.
Yeah, so I think what Clifton has done is really impressive as far as, if I can say so humbly, with being part of his project, is just kind of assembling this incredible, small group of hustlers. So we all have a lot of other stuff going on, as he mentioned, in our lives, but it takes special music and special songs and an artist like Clifton to bring us together to actually, prioritize our time and shift it towards this. And it's without question, we were all in for this project, right? So the best part about him approaching us is with that music is that there's no restrictions. It's not like, here's the drum part you have to play, right? There are a lot of country artists out there locally, but also larger that it's we're named Clifton Bryan Country, but it's the Clifton Show. And this is a bad example because we're wearing black today. But the rest of the band wears black and blends into the background, and they do what they're told, and it's all about him, What I love about Clifton Bryan Country, this band, is that we truly are a band. We all have our unique expression. He's allowing that to come through and encouraging it. So when he approaches us with new songs, we can really try stuff that doesn't work and not feel like it's yep, that didn't work, moving on, this happens. You know what I mean? Let's go to the next thing. Let's go to the next idea. Or, hey, I got this idea for drums. I'm not offended by that. Or, how about your bass does this, Todd? That kind of thing. We have a really good group of people here that have been around, been in a lot of nightmare band scenarios, and learned from all of our experiences. So, yeah, he's got a lot. But learn from all of our experiences so we can take a song and have our fresh perspectives on it. And then it's really an environment where the best idea wins.
There you go. How about you, Todd? You got your 6-string bass over there.
He's got an every string bass from 4 to 12, I think. What is it?
A 12?
Seven.
I was going to say a 12.
Double necked, everything. He's crazy.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Adam. It's an interesting project because it is Clifton Bryan Country. Every picture you see, he's got a belt buckle, he's throwing a hay bale, he's staring at a horse. You know, it's the complete country thing. But it's interesting because
You took the pictures, man. You took the pictures.
That hay bale for his guinea pig,
That was
right?
your
you
choice.
paid somebody to take those pictures.
She made it slow-mo.
I love it. But yeah, it's interesting. My background musically is, especially on bass, where it was all jazz and Motown and R&B gigs. So it probably comes through a little bit. I don't necessarily sound like a country drummer. Adam is not a country fan.
You're the bass player.
Or as you were, bass player. Adam's not a country fan, I don't think, originally. He's been, learning the song, so his style is different than what you'll hear from a country musician. Same thing with Mikey. Mikey's more of a rock blues guy that came in, so his leads and the parts that he plays and his chord voicings are a little bit different. So it's interesting. It's not just the typical campfire cowboy chords of G, C, and D. Usually.
I mean, sometimes it is, but
Yeah, so it's a very interesting process to be able to sit in a room where you have 4 different musicians, 4 different personalities, 4 different genres, and for some reason it works. Don't know why it works, don't know how it works, but it works, and it comes together.
I was going to say, next up is Mike, and I recognized some of your lead lines. For one of them, I was like, that sounds like Clear Revival, or it sounds like the Eagles. It sounds like, and I'm sure that you're not doing it intentionally, but it comes across, and it's like, that's really cool how you're applying, different genres to country, and I am so into that. So
it's that 90s nostalgic feel, man. It's
Yeah.
like the songs bring you back. They're like, oh, what is that? This is really classic. Like, what is that?
So what is it like for you?
Yeah, well, it's a great time. I really enjoy the being able to work on original stuff. Life gets busy, and to be in just another cover band isn't really interesting to me.
Right.
There's a million of them, so that's why I'm always pushing him to do the original stuff. Trying to scratch
always
off all the
pushing me.
covers off the
Always.
set list. We don't need to play that. Get rid of that. It gives you an opportunity to be creative instead of who can be the best copycat. So that's why I'm here. It's a whole different ball game, and it's definitely more enjoyable and worth making the time for when life's busy. So.
Well, hey, we're gonna.
That's nice, fellas.
That's nice. I've known Clifton it's only been about a year or so, right? Probably 2 years. I don't know. I've only been doing this for 2 years, so can't be much more than that.
Yeah, it was maybe probably a year and a half.
Year and a half, yeah,
and a
okay.
half. I'd say a year and a half.
And I might be biased, and he might be sitting right here, but I love Clifton and his music. And
Thank you. I love Corey and your story.
And so with that said, we're going to listen to another one of the songs called Me Time. Tell me about Me Time.
Oh, Me Time's a great song. It's a song that's hopefully going to come out this summer. And
when he said that he's in line, he kicks people to the, he gets things going. He does. He's been kicking my butt about it for a little while.
Yeah. Only because, you wrote it with me, and we got to get it down. It's got to get out there. He keeps coming out. He comes over. He's like, we got to get out. It's a summer song. We got to get out this summer. And then I don't hear from him for 3 weeks. And I'm like, oh,
Dude.
hey, we got to get this song out. Okay, when are you going to do it? I got this and that. Nope, can't do it. Oh, okay, well, but we got to get it out this summer. Okay, so this song, after we get this song out, I'm going to take some me time, I think, is what's going to happen. That will take me quite a bit of me time, but that's what it's all about. You know, we got together with Grant Bryan and Ryan Allen on the podcast one time, and when Corey was making his record, and we had an hour to write a song, and we all brought a little bit of a song to start with, and we were gonna go with one of mine, but then Grant had this great idea and these great lines about me time, and he was like, you know, it's you got all these people getting married and you're together and they're all together all the time. He's like, but what happens? You know, let's play off of that, and it's time to have some me time. I don't want to go and see you no more. I want to have some me time and just keep on fishing and enjoy and relaxing my day and enjoy it, and that's what me time's all about. It's just you going out and enjoying, relaxing yourself, because everybody needs that, you know, and I think everybody thinks that whether you're married, in a relationship, or you're just around your friends all the time, you're around your parents all the time, you got to have some me time.
100% correct. We're going to take a listen to Me Time. We'll be right back.
I'm just sitting on a riverbank, listening to a little Hank. I'm puffing on something dank, yeah, with some Tennessee in my drink. And I don't care what time it is, I just wanna sit and fish. Ain't gonna think about her today, I'll let her memory just fade away. I need a little me time, something strong just to clear my mind. I'll take a ride across the Alabama line, I'll get to bobbing in some moonshine. I know they say that time is money, I'm slowly fading out, Tennessee honey. She won't get a second or a dime, I'ma spend it on me time. Oh, come on, y'all. I really don't care where she is, too much sipping and I gotta piss. I think she ran off the good old miss. It's a damn shame, but it is what it is. She took my heart and broke everything in it. The bank accounts ain't got a damn thing in them. Boys on their way, gonna be here in a minute. My cooler's full, gonna drink everything in it. 'Cause I need a little me time, something strong just to clear my mind. I'll take a ride across the Alabama line, I'll get to bobbing in some moonshine. I know they say that time is money, I'm slowly fading out, Tennessee honey. She won't get a second or a dime, I'ma spend it on me time. Oh, let's go! I need a little me time, something strong just to clear my mind. I'll take a ride across that Alabama line, y'all. Get to bobbing in some moonshine. Yeah, I will. You know they say the time is money, I'm slowly fading out, Tennessee honey. She won't get a second or a dime, I'ma spend it on me time. Tie one on and cast a line, get to reeling in some me time. I'm floating on cloud nine, yeah, just soaking up me time. Oh, here I go, watch my speed. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, get you a little bit of me time. That's always good.
Thank you guys so much. That was Me Time. Hope you enjoyed that song.
Yeah, Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
We're gonna get that out as soon as possible. I promise. I've been delaying it enough. We're gonna get it done. Mm-hmm. So, let's get into the fun, embarrassing stuff immediately.
Oh, yeah.
I asked this question to all my guests. Adam's looking away because he's scared.
Excellent.
What is the most funniest or embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you on stage? Todd's already cracking up.
What's on your mind, Todd?
I've fallen off the stage forwards, backwards. Yeah, stepped off the stage playing guitar.
Drunk, right?
No, not it. You know, drumming. You do one of the old lean back. Don't realize you're up against the end. Butt over tin cup behind the curtain. It's
Yeah.
happened.
Take it down.
Yeah,
That curtain will get you every time.
every time.
What
I don't
about
think
you?
I have any good ones with you though. Not yet.
Not yet. No, yeah, we haven't had no.
It's coming.
No fumbles yet. Not until I get those jeans with your face on it. And then Adam's got to look at me with you winking at him all day long while I'm shaking him.
It's on TV now, so now you got to get it.
Why
That's
do you
right.
have to stand directly in front of me every day? Every show. This is the only show I actually have
Yeah,
like a
you
view
got
of
your
the
own
audience,
view.
not obstructed, if you know what I mean.
Mikey, do you have any good embarrassing stories about Clifton Bryan Country?
Not that I can say
Oh
live.
yeah, you've been playing with him a long time. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
I gotta stay on air. Right. Right.
We were given the rules before this show. There's a lot of stories we can't share. I've had a lot, just the most ridiculous things. I mean, I've had a lot of things happen to me on stage as far as like the gear failing, and it's partially like karma or something. I don't know. It's connected. It's ironic, I guess, is because I have a drum store and I'm constantly like telling people get this gear, so you don't. And then I'll forget something. Something breaks. There's a house drum set that's literally falling apart as I'm playing it. I'm always juggling, pulling the hi-hat stand in. The bass drum's getting away from me. I got to grab it. You know, foam falling off things. But I definitely have had a lot of experiences where it's my own fault. I had a really embarrassing thing happen. It hurt my pride more than anything. I was playing at a festival thing, and I was playing, and I broke a stick off a cymbal. So I'm feeling really cool. This is when I was first getting started. So I was playing, broke a stick. The stick part, the front half of the stick, the tip of the stick goes flying in the air. While we're playing, I catch it. So now I'm holding two parts of the stick in my hand, the whole stick. Right? So I'm feeling really cool because people caught it and they're looking at me and I'm eyeing them in the crowd. I'm like, you see that? And they're like, yeah, we saw that. Right? So I'm riding this high like that was Brad. The whole band just keeps playing. They don't know anything. So I finish the song and I'm all excited. And I'm like, here's how we finish it out. Here's how we, just elevate this experience. I'm riding this high. So I chuck it out to the audience. And I can just, the sound plays in my nightmares. No, everyone moved. And the sticks just clattered to the floor.
Clink, 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 clink. Nobody wants your broken stick.
No one, like, they're like, oh, that was cool, man. And I was like, yeah, I'm the best. And I'm like, here you go. Like, this is my rock star moment. Throw it out. No one cares. No one cares at all.
No one likes the drummer.
I played a whole set with my fly open one time, didn't know. So I usually go to the bathroom before I get started and wash my face and, wash my hands and stuff, whatnot. Come out, played the whole damn set. And so this girl come up to me. She was like maybe 9 years old. She said, your zipper's down. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And I looked up at the crowd and I'm like, all y'all adults up here, nobody said one word. Not one word.
That's how I feel too. I bought new pants, and pants got all sorts of stickers on them, telling you whatever. And I went to this open mic. I played almost every single act with every single act, walking around doing a thing, being an extrovert because I have to. And some gone dude, drunk out of his mind. You got some stickers on your pants. Let me get them off. And I'm like, everybody in this bar knows who I am.
And let you walk, bro.
And they let me
They
walk
saw
around.
it. They saw it too.
They saw
it.
No, they saw it. This dude was loud as anybody else. And I'm like, everybody just saw me. It was on the back of my pants, on my butt. He won't let me walk around the entire 3 hours.
Yeah.
With
They
some
sure
stickers
will.
on my butt.
Sure will. Takes a good friend to tell you got a booger in your nose. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Not everybody will tell you. It takes a real friend to do that.
So now I don't talk to
So,
him no more.
Todd, what I was saying anyway, you got this little...
Well, hey, we're going to get to the next question. What, as individual artists, are you working on the most? What skills are you working on most?
Who wants to start that? What skills are we working on? What skills as a band we are working
Or
on
like
the most?
techniques, like an instrumentalist, what are you working on?
As a band overall, we're working on song endings.
Yeah.
We all play great endings. Sometimes they're just not the same.
They're just not right at the same time every time. So that, as a band, that's one thing we're working on. So what about you as a drummer? What are you learning something new?
Sure, always as a drummer, I'm trying to simplify, which is the opposite of what other people focus on. I really love playing country music because I have a lot of confidence in the genre. Not that I've been a country drummer per se, but I played with a lot of singer-songwriters, a lot of folk artists, a lot of country-adjacent kind of tunes. And so I feel confident in my abilities now to be able to kind of execute in this space what I'm thinking. I feel like I can translate it pretty well. And we went out to a show last night. I went out this weekend. I've been absorbing and seeing a lot of country music. I'm really trying to immerse myself in it. And I think that's a step that gets missed sometimes. I've heard famous drummers, say, you want to get better at jazz? You got to start listening to jazz. You got to start going to shows. You got to start listening. It's not going to happen out of your little workbook or, from playing along to tunes. It's not going to happen. I'm just going to keep barreling forward. You got to immerse yourself in the genre. So I got a couple pearl snaps. I haven't gotten cowboy boots yet, but I've been wearing a little lift. I know I need it for my height. I need, a little lift.
The unnaturally tall drummer.
Yes, the unnatural. That's why they make me sit down, actually. They don't want to stand next to me.
On your big stool.
But, yeah, I've been dabbling. I've followed a lot of Instagram pages with hats lately, and I'm kind of obsessed. I haven't gone full cowboy, but I might. But that's really what I'm working on right now as a drummer is like for this project specifically, because this is my main musical endeavor right now, trying to make up for lost time, I guess, in the genre. So I'm listening to a lot of the stuff. Anytime they mention a name, I jot it down and I go listen and I do research. I'm going to see all the local country acts. I'm like really trying to double down on the country thing. Not so I can copy other drummers or do that. In fact, I enjoy our uniqueness, as you guys were talking about it. All our different influences, it's great. But just to have that in my toolbox, in addition to what my natural tendencies would be.
How about you, Todd?
Honestly, can't say I'm working on a whole lot. I play for
Working on your golf game.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is true. I am working on my golf game. Yeah, right now at this point in my career, my advancement, whatever you want to call it as a musician, hardest part for me right now is juggling everything that's involved with music and home life. And that's the hard part for me because I play for a few different projects and it's all different instruments. So to nail down that I'm working on any one thing is pretty tough.
How about you, Mike?
So when we got a new bass player, we also got an airplane.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's talk
we
about the
did.
plane. Hijacking. We're hijacking your interview.
Yeah.
That's bad.
fine.
Poor choice of words. Sorry, everyone. I shouldn't have done it. I didn't mean it.
We're working on flying the gigs, not driving anymore.
So anyways, Mike, you were saying?
Back to what I was saying. What am I working on? Just working on trying not to play blues licks and country songs and
Trying to come to his own country feel.
Well, you
Feeling
guys
it
had a
out.
couple guitarists before, so
Yeah.
now you take up that whole sonic space on your own, right?
and that's
cool.
Some
Yeah.
big shoes to fill. With
Not really. They were always your shoes, bro.
the great Bob Noble.
Yeah.
He knows them all.
He knows them all, but he don't play country.
So yeah, we're just working on.
Them shoes were always yours, man. You don't give yourself enough credit. That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Clifton, what you working on?
I am working on learning how to use this damn pedal that I got here. It's really hard. It's one thing to be able to play a guitar. It's another thing to play and sing at the same time. It's another thing to play and sing and be on key. It's another thing to play and sing and be on key and use a pedal and use your feet and stomp and dance. It's another thing to wiggle your hips and not let your fly go down when you're dancing. There's so much stuff that you got to do. Be close to the mic. Be away from the mic. Turn your head to the right. When you sing real loud, there's so much stuff like. So I'm really working on stage presence is what I'm working on, and being able to second naturally use the pedal when I want some reverb in my guitar, or I want some in my voice, or I want to double
That thing's
up.
got 10 buttons on it.
And it's got 10 buttons on it, yeah. And it's got 10 buttons
And a
and a
knob.
bunch of Japanese instructions that I think that you could probably help me with.
Korean.
It's just because it's.
Same thing though, right, Todd?
I thought you was Mexican. I'm sorry, I wasn't sure how many languages you spoke. I'm
offended
pretty
Jim.
sure you spoke plenty. Mexican.
Wait a minute. I'm not the one getting canceled from this podcast.
No, we have a great time in
Can
this
you
band,
actually
man.
cancel a drummer? Or
We
Can you
we
play
have a
bass
great
and
time
drum
in
at
this
the same
band.
time, Todd?
These guys are awesome, and I'm
Maybe with
really
that
just
pedal?
learning how to be better on stage so that I can project better. I know my voice is kind of deep, and I try to get better at sound and be able to project better and articulate words and things like that. So it just doesn't sound like a bunch of mumbles up there, because that can happen sometimes. But that's what I'm working on, just my stage presence and learning this daggone pedal.
Well, does anybody from the audience have any questions they'd like to ask Clifton or the gang? Come on up.
We have a participant.
Yeah, you gotta
You
speak
got a
into the
microphone.
microphone.
Yeah, you got to mic
You
it
just
up.
gotta say it
Yeah.
in the mic. I mean,
You don't have to come up. Just
Yeah,
walk
just
over
stand
there,
right
turn
there.
look,
Perfect.
turn around to the camera and say
No,
your
no, no,
name,
no,
date of
no.
birth,
No, you're
social
good.
security number.
I want to know where the nickname Silky came from.
Oh, because he's smooth as silk.
Yes, this is
Silky.
Silky Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Silky, if you're nasty.
none of this until this point, I want you guys to know, means anything. At least they're not letting me in on the joke. If we have no idea where this name came from,
Yeah.
what it
I don't even know if it's his real name. He's a mystery
nah.
with an airplane
which he doesn't let us fly.
and entirely too many strings on his bass guitar.
This is now
And
the
no
roast of
bass amp.
Todd Silky
Wow.
Johnson.
You're roasted, bro. Are you
sat on
feeling
a chair.
okay? You look warm. Like, jeez.
I need to lean back into the
You need to
fan.
lean back, bro. Jeez.
So, Natalie, I'm going to give you the same answer I give everybody. I can show you better than I can tell you.
That's right. That's right. That's why they call him Mr. Silky, if you're nasty.
Anyone else have any questions? Go ahead, Devin. Come here.
So I've been plotting back there the whole time. What are each of you guys, if you had to pick 3 influences on how you play, could be less, could be more, whatever, who would they be and why?
Do they have to be country influences?
No, they don't got to be country influences. We'll start with Adam.
Yeah, I got a couple. I'm a big fan of the band and Mr. Levon Helm on drums. Absolutely, like, killer. Like, that's
When are you going
my-
to start singing?
Well, one thing at a time. I'll pick up the mandolin at one show or something. We'll see. But the band is like, that's my jam. I love all those musicians, the music that came out of that, collaborating with Bob Dylan, that sort of thing. But the band Levon Helm is huge for me as far as, an influence of a lot of folks that aren't with us still. More recent influence, I'm a huge fan of Dawes, the band Dawes, if you guys are into that. Griffin Goldsmith is the drummer for Dawes. Taylor Goldsmith's the singer. They've had a lot of lineup changes, but they're out of California. They're one of those California bands, but they have like elements of Southern rock. They have some more pop stuff, but all of their music, and I think this goes with all the stuff that I listen to most of the time, is all the music really could be stripped back and it's gold. You could play a great song, and that's great. A great thing to kind of segue to talk about with Clifton songs. I should have said earlier is we only hear him playing an acoustic guitar and singing, humming a song on the porch or whatever, and then we pick it up from there and go from there. And that's a wonderful place to start. I even hesitate to listen to other influences or other recordings of previous drummers just because I don't want to get kind of trapped into that. So when you have a song that can be really stripped back and stand on its own, either rhythmically or melodically, that's where my heart is.
How about you, Clifton?
My influences really are these artists now that kind of do it their way. They don't take no crap from nobody, and they're not signing that first record deal that's going to give them all this crap, and they got to pay it all back, and they'll be slaves for their life. I'm more into that outlaw type of country where you write your songs that tells a story, and it for me, I don't know if I could really write songs with other people. Like I've tried, and they just turn out kind of corny, but I kind of feel like if you're going to write something, it's got to be about what you got. Not that song. It was part of that song. That's a great song. And I made that song my own as well.
Right.
From what we did at the podcast, but it's just not you particularly. I was just speaking in general, but
No, I just
writing. That's kind of my influences. Those '90s bands that really made you feel something. Garth used to go and sit, and I don't know of any other artist that does this or has done this because nobody else talks about it. But he used to go and sit at the farthest seat in the stadium before his show, every show. He still does to this day, and he'd sit in that seat and think, how can I make this person feel my music today? And that's kind of what I kind of look up to. That's kind of the way that I look at it. I come to a show and I don't get drunk. I don't smoke weed. I don't do any of that crazy stuff before I play a show. I come to a show sober and I have a good time. Might have a drink or two to let loose so that I got something to cheers with people and that kind of stuff. But I kind of like to come to a show and give it all I got, like the people that I grew up listening to. They came out and they played their hearts out, man. Toby Keith played his heart out on stage. Tim McGraw comes out and he sings his butt off on stage. He don't play guitar very much, but he sings his butt off of it. Brad Paisley comes out and plays like a monster. And I just want to be one of those artists that does it my way and walks my own path and brings people in. And I've been an entertainer my whole life, and I think that's starting to show, man. And I writing songs, like he said, I write songs and they don't hear nothing but me on an acoustic guitar with an idea, like the song "Free Fallin' for Her" that I share with him on the motorcycle ride to Nashville, to Florida. Yeah, it's just one of those things, It's like he's like, man, that's gonna be a killer song, and then we get back and we all just sit on it and we do our own thing, and that's what I really look up to. I really look up to the creativeness in an artist, not necessarily an artist itself, but the creativeness in that artist that can come to the table and go, listen to my ding ding bing ding bang bang bing, and come up with something and make it just the most phenomenal thing. It just blows me away every time when I share a new song with you guys, and they come in and he's already got a drum beat feeling it, and he's got a bass line, and then we stop for a second and these two are taking notes and talking to each other. We got to get this down over here where we do this over there, and then he's over there going, oh yeah, ding ding bing bing, and it's just it's great, man. It's great, but that's what I look up to. I look up to those artists that do it their own way and really are out there to make the audience come alive, because you guys all have the stuff going on in your life, so everything's going on, and it's hard days for everybody. But if you can come to one of my shows and put all that stuff at the door, and you're having a great time sweating to the oldies with me, that's what it's all about. That's what I look up to. Those artists that can do that.
There you go. How about you, Todd?
So for me, I don't sing. I don't sing.
And not Richard Simmons.
He can
That's
sing.
not
He can
true.
totally sing.
Yeah, so
Todd
can
sings. He's a beautiful singer.
And he can sing in English.
or was it
Perfect.
English?
Perfect English, this guy.
So for me, especially growing
I'm just gonna scoot over a little bit.
It's like we're on
Not
episode
too
of-
far. Don't get out of frame.
That's kind of what I'm going for.
I'm waiting for you to take a header off the stage. Your second embarrassing
We're having
moment.
fun. We're having fun.
For me, because I don't sing, I was never a frontman. Was never a frontman or front person. I'm not a songwriter. I guess having the talent or the gift, whatever you want to call it, or the drive to learn different instruments, I always focused on the band and what was going on. So like Clifton, he draws a lot of his influence from front people. It makes sense. He's a front man. So for me, influences would be, Huey Lewis and the News, dating myself again, amazing rock band, pretty much all the original members, and it was just great music. Gladys Knight and the Pips, like I said, I'm a Motown R&B kind of fan. And Israel Houghton and the New Breed, his band, phenomenal guys.
There you go.
So I guess my influences, country-wise, you know, be Scotty Moore, James Burton, playing with Elvis, some of my favorite music. And then the Three Kings, you know, Freddie, Albert, and BB.
Wow.
It's my favorite kind of stuff. But the ultimate influence would probably be Jimi Hendrix.
Well, there you go.
From the time, first CD player I had was the ultimate experience, and I still have it. It's in the car right now. So.
If anyone's curious what my three influences are.
Yeah, sure.
We are curious.
Please share with us.
So,
For music or for podcasting?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I don't know that many podcasts outside of Joe Rogan.
I was going to say, there's another good one about drumming.
There's an okay show called the Drum Key Podcast. Some dude named Adam Steck runs
That's
it.
a good
I don't
one.
know him too well.
Yeah.
But
I love that guy, though. He's a great guy.
Oh, yeah, he's a great guy. I just
Great
don't
guy.
know too much about him.
I like Sean better. Shout out to Sean Groff.
Yeah, absolutely. Sean Groff is the best person
Take that,
on that
Adam.
show. That's
It's
true.
true.
Adam has a lovely show called Drum Key. I've been on it. Several people have
You
been on
don't
it.
need to do this. It was a joke. You can just keep going. It's
No,
okay.
no. I'm going to lead into it because I like making you feel uncomfortable. That's good.
Yes.
Just, yeah, check out Drum Key. They got a lot of cool stuff that I'm actually taking a lot of inspiration from. Like, for example, he does some game shows, like kind of stuff to crank it up, turn it down. So I am taking some inspiration from that. And eventually I want to implement that into the TV show. So maybe we'll have like a guess that song and like have buzzers and we'll challenge all you guys to guess that song. Maybe, I don't know. We're doing it live. But my influences in songwriting and stuff is Elton John, primary and foremost is Elton John. The piano playing, the songwriting,
Yeah.
all of that's pretty much Benny on the songwriting stuff. But regardless, he is my top number one dude. I am 1 degree of separation from Elton John. Can you believe that?
Oh.
Yeah, how? There's this country girl named Catherine Britt. She's from Australia. She's like the Taylor Swift of Australia. She's really popular over there. And Elton John saw her, invited her to the U.S., and kind of opened her up to the U.S. market. And every now and then, I got to interview her. She came over to the U.S. and did a show at Talus. And every now and then, she'll get a phone call from some random number, and it'll be Elton John saying hi and checking in on her. So
Nice.
that is my one connection to Elton John, and I hope to
It's
improve
like
on
7
it.
degrees of Kevin
Maybe
Bacon.
he'll be here sitting here someday.
Yeah,
Game right
maybe
there.
he'll be here someday. That is. If I had any choice to interview anybody, that would be the one person. All I have to do is just say one word, say hi, and that's it. I'm done. No more.
Yeah.
No more
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Bye. I'll go in my bedroom and just stay there the rest of the day. My life is done at that point. Otherwise, Queen. Queen is a big influence for me. I love Queen. Love Freddie Mercury. Love
Yeah.
everything that they're doing. I really enjoy the orchestral influence that he has. Well, I kind of answered this on your podcast too. I got Michael Giacchino, Hans Zimmer, and John Williams, obviously. As a film composer, I also compose films. It's something I do. And so I have to look up to those guys because those guys are the greatest.
Right.
Well, hey, enough about
Absolutely.
me. We're going to hear about another song with Clifton Bryan Country
Oh.
called The New Dating Game. Tell me about that.
Yeah, brand new dating game, man. I tell you, it is a brand new dating game out there. It's, what is this, 2024? It's not like it used to be. Like I tell people all the time, you got back in the day, it was real easy. You used one program. You didn't have 17 programs to try and find somebody. You just used one, and that was your mouth. And you said, "Hey, I like you. How you doing?" Nowadays, like I said, you gotta learn how to use a computer, and if you don't know how to use it, you gotta talk to somebody to get somebody else to talk to. Everybody's afraid to say something to anybody. It's really weird. So
Got to give someone a business card that isn't yours.
yeah,
Not your
yeah.
business card, but somebody's.
Yeah, it's a yeah, not your own. You give them somebody else's. Just let them know, hey, this is where you can find me. But it's a brand new dating game, and that's just it. This song's about about getting out there, being young, and getting out there and trying to date again after coming out of high school and getting into the bar scene and trying to date again.
Well, let's take a listen to Brand New Dating Game, and we'll be right back after this. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I was a fresh 21 when she walked in. Looked my way and gave me that grin. I knew right then and there I was falling in love. She told the DJ to play her favorite song. Walked up to me, said I can't dance alone. I took a few steps, but I was scared as hell. I thought, I don't dance, but I'll give it a try. She's the prettiest thing ever caught my eye. We tore it up like we were somebody, singing and dancing all night long. They played all of her favorite country, and a girl had it going on. And by the end of the night this time, I didn't know her name, 'cause I was just a shy boy in a brand new dating game. Oh, show 'em, Mikey. Well, it took a few weeks for me to figure it out. I knew one day I'd have to open my mouth. I didn't say nothing at all, but she never known. By the time I thought I'd never see her again, a couple days later she walked back in. I knew right then and there it was time I go. So I walked over to her, said, "Can't we do that again?" She looked right at me, she gave me that grin. Yeah, and we tore it up like we were somebody, singing and dancing all night long. They played all of her favorite country, and a girl had it going on. And by the end of the night this time I knew her name. I'm no longer a shy boy in a brand new dating game. Oh, yeah. We tore it up like we were somebody, singing and dancing all night long. They played all of her favorite country. The girl had me singing along. And by the end of the night, damn right, I knew her name. No longer a shy boy in a brand new dating game. Yeah, I'm no longer a shy boy in a brand new dating game. Oh, yeah. That's right.
Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for listening to that. That was the Brand New Dating Game. You can expect that coming soon, I imagine.
Yeah, you could expect that coming soon. I believe that's one we're going to cut here this month, I do believe.
Well, there you go. Well, I have a few more questions. The audience has a few more questions. We're going to ask one of my questions, though. one of my favorite questions to ask is, where do you guys want to see yourselves in like 5 years? Where do you want to be? What places do you want to play? You know what? I'm going to shut up and we're going to redo that because that was another question. So, no. Wait, I want audience engagement.
Was it exactly 5 years you were thinking?
All right. Let's cut it back.
That's
Let's
scary.
re-roll. Hold on. Welcome back.
Yeah.
That was the brand new dating game, and you can expect that coming out pretty soon, can't you?
Yeah. Actually, I believe that's one we're going to cut here this month.
Well, isn't that great? Well, we're going to get to another audience question. We'll just have to come up and ask your question.
Thank you. Where do you see yourself in like 5 years or so? What are your dreams, your goals?
Do we take that question individually? Or
I
as
think
a, as a
individually.
group?
Let's do it individually. Well, we'll start with Clifton.
All right. In 5 years, I'd like to see myself, every year since I started playing, I've said I want to play bigger, better. So last year I said, I want to play fairs and festivals and larger venues and things like that. And from last year to this year, I am playing state fairgrounds. I am playing festivals. I'm playing big private events.
There you go.
I never did I think I'd be nominated for any music awards. That just blows my mind. But now I'm nominated for 2 different music awards, and so I kind of put out there, next year I want to play amphitheaters. I played Lancaster Barnstormers stadium last year, and that was a blast. I want to play it again. I want to play a bigger stadium. I want to open for a national act. In 5 years, I would like to be touring nationally. And 6 months out of the year, making $100,000, and just being able to enjoy my life and continue to do what I love to do, play country music.
There you go. How about you, Adam?
Yeah, I think this band is great. And no, I'm not saying that. I'm serious. I think, I obviously have a business of my own, a small business, and I'm working that and doing this at the same time. And I truthfully think that this project's going to take off. So in 5 years, I hope to have one of 2 things: have recommended them the best drummer to take my place to hit the road because it's too much to handle, or more likely, get my business into a place where I can hit the road with these guys and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
and get
more
out
like
there
it.
with it.
That's the option.
Because this is happening, and it's growing at a crazy pace right now. So I'm super excited for next year and the following. I mean, by 5 years, this thing's gonna be huge.
And you saw them here first
Yeah.
at the Story Podcast. That's right. How about you, Todd?
I'm just hoping to not be dead.
There you go.
Geez, I don't know. I'm just here to do whatever Clifton tells me.
That's right.
Do whatever you tell me, drill sergeant.
Whatever you tell yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. In 5 years, well, if Clifton takes off, I got to retire, so I'd like to be retired in 5 years, honestly, and have the time to go on tour or,
You're welcome
Another
to come on tour.
crazy motorcycle ride to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in 5 years, I hope to still be playing music and having a good time and passing it on to the next generation. You know what I mean? That's a big thing for me. I was fortunate enough and blessed enough that there were people, they show you the ladder with the rungs. I had people that were above me, that helped me up instead of kicked me off the ladder. So, still trying to do that, and we'll see how it goes.
How about you, Mike?
Mikey?
Well, 5 years, I hope I have myself in a position where I'm able to go on a tour with you. So
You will.
stick it out until we get there.
I ain't letting you go.
One show at a
There you
time.
go. Another question I like to ask all my guests is, what is the biggest mistake that maybe you've seen made or maybe you've made yourself in this industry, and how can we curb that for the younger generations? Let's look at Todd.
You're up, buddy.
Why are we... Ladies and gentlemen of America, I feel like I'm at a press conference. Honestly, the 2 biggest things that I've ever seen, especially in music, are the people that give up. Don't let the outside influences tell you you're not good enough or you'll never be able to A, B, or C. Don't let that happen. And now, especially with the extreme rise in local music, local talent, individual singer-songwriter stuff, and you'll relate to this, and you can probably relate to it as well. Big's piece of advice: don't give up the rights to anything you write.
Absolutely.
Do not do it. Don't give a percentage up to anybody. Do not do it. Mr. Bryan?
Yeah, Mr. Bryan.
What was the question?
Biggest mistakes that you've seen or that you have maybe made yourself in this industry. How can we curb that?
Biggest mistakes that I've seen. I'm kind of fresh and new to this as far as playing out professionally. So the mistakes I've made, somebody would have to tell me what those were because I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? I'm a little fresh to that. But mistakes I've seen in other people is not knowing what you're worth and going for it.
100%.
I see that a lot in a lot of artists, and I've given a lot of artists inspiration and some really good compliments and talked them up and got them to where they are now. Local artists out here that were really shy in the beginning, but took a little direction and stuff from me that I've seen major improvements in over the last 2 years of them playing out. So that's one of the biggest mistakes that I see is people not walking in the room and owning it. When you walk in the room, people should know that you're there. Like as an artist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're the artist, so they've come to see you. So when you walk into a room, you own that room, you own it, and not to be cocky about it or anything of that nature at all.
Self-confident, though.
It's just you confident, and hey, I'm worth this much money, and I don't feel like I'm overpriced, and this is what we're going to do today. This is what you get for your money. You don't want. It's the same with any concept that you buy car parts. You want the cheap stuff, or do you want the stuff that's going to last you? That's going to be good quality stuff. So know your worth.
And know that you're not paying just for the time, but you're paying for the talent, the years of learning, the writing, etc. There's a lot of stuff that goes into music making that people just don't see that are behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And you're paying for that experience, not just for your 3 hours of entertainment or whatever have you.
The 30 years of playing and learning all the cover songs that you guys want to hear, and being able to take a request on the spot and play it, or
Absolutely.
play a backtrack and sing to it. Having coming to a gig with $2,000 to $5,000 worth of equipment just to entertain you. That didn't come easy. It's if you're making any money in this business, you're successful.
That's
as
right.
far as I'm concerned. If you make any money at all, you're pretty successful in this business because it ain't easy. All the stuff you got to carry. So know your worth out there, people. Know your worth, and don't take less. Period. It's there. It's there. You just got to know it.
Mr. Steck?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've seen and kind of something that I heard a few years ago that is just like rings out in my head anytime someone brings up a topic like this is that ambition is measured by action.
Yeah.
There's a lot of musicians out there saying how ambitious they are and talking and posting about how ambitious they are. We're out here doing it. Taking the action, making it happen for yourself, making your own. You're in control. You're in control of your mind, which is the first thing you got to get out of the way. You can't get in your own way, getting trapped in there, thinking about what other people think, and do it. Get out there, get on a stage, get behind your drums, load them in, complain about it to the bass player, and the show must go on, right?
Yeah.
Don't
show
forget
goes
that.
on.
Don't forget that step. That's very crucial.
That's the most important step.
It's great therapy.
But very seriously, though, a lot of artists out here saying that, claiming they're doing the same thing we're doing, and they're missing one step, and it's action. Get yourself in the room. Make sure, ask. Like your value, like he's talking about. You are valuable. What you're bringing forward is valuable, and not getting discouraged and keeping after it because it's going to happen. You just got to not quit, and you got to know your value and get out there and do it.
And not compromise either.
Yeah, that's it. It's that combination of that, and your energy when you're after it is contagious.
Yeah.
100%.
I met Clifton.
Absolutely.
I said, he's got it. He introduced me to Todd. He's got it. Mikey, he's got it. That's why I'm associating with these people, is because when you get into that perpetual state of like, we got some momentum, we're building, we're going, like we're on full tilt right now. And that's when stuff starts to happen.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, these guys pretty much summed it all up for me.
You're welcome.
Take an easy way out.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Just echo what Adam over here said is, there's a lot of talent sitting at home on the couch, not out playing because there's no ambition to get out and do it, and the world's missing out on those talented people. So get off your couch and get out and play. Don't be afraid to make a mistake, right?
There you go. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. I really enjoyed this show. I hope you guys enjoyed the show as well.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
If you guys want to hear more about the Story Podcast, we have over 240 some episodes past from the bars to the Grammys, and I mean from the bars and to the Grammys.
Yeah.
So check out that over at QuarryRoseProductions.com. I've got a lot of other stuff going on. I'm releasing my own music as well this coming year. We also have another podcast called A Short Cinema Showcase where we do live events here. We switch everything around, face it this way, and watch some local movies. So if you want to support local film, you can do that. That is free, by the way. So please come out and check that out. The next one of those will be July 7th. And otherwise, would you believe this? I got a movie coming out in theaters.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I wrote the music to this movie called Talons of the Phoenix. It's a World War II movie. So if you guys like World War II or have seen the Quentin Tarantino movie Inglourious B-Words, it's kind of like that. And it should be it's right now. It's in Korean markets, South Korean markets, and
I'll let y'all know how it is.
and it's currently in Germany and Scandinavia, and it will be coming to the U.S. very, very soon. So you should go out and see it in Penn Cinema or Regal Cinema, wherever the local theater is near you. You can check that out and everything else at QuarryRoseProductions.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Mad love.
I told Adam we were going to do this, and you got to get Clifton. And I was like, yeah, I know. I got to get Clifton. Clifton's already on my mind. I asked Clifton. He said, yeah, we're doing this. Yeah. Give me a time and date. And here we are.
Let's do it. Can't turn down a good time,
No, absolutely not.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Clifton just yelled at me. He was like, be here and be nice.